Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So in today's video, we're looking at the weekly tarot card reading for the week of January 18th through the 24th, 2026 for all the fire signs. So that would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So let's see what's going on for all you fire signs for this upcoming week. Happy Aquarius season because it'll be coming in during the week. And if there's anyone who's cross-watching that's an Aquarius that has a birthday in Aquarius season, happy birthday. And thank you for all your support to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you. If you have not yet hit that subscribe button, please do so that you will get future videos I put out. It also helps the channel to grow, so I appreciate that. And also hit that like button so that this video will go out to more people, more fire signs that need to see it. And as always, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. So it might resonate with you, it might not, just depends. There'll be a lot of people watching this. So what is the energy for fire signs for the week of January 18th through 24th, 2025 or 2026? What is the energy for the fire signs? January 18th through 24th, 2026. All right, let's see what's going on for all you fire signs out there. All right, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. We got the Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands, 3 eights right there. That's interesting. Page of Swords, Five of Cups, 10 of Cups, and the High Priestess. Interesting. All right, so it looks like I'm right off the bat, I'm being told to look up 888. It's a code. They call them angel numbers, but it's really a code, uh, a light code. So look up that number and see, because I can't remember off the top of my head what it means. I'd have to look it up in my book, but I know it has significance, and I'm being told it has significance for you, fire sign. So if you get a chance, look up what what 888 means. Because that's the first thing off the bat I'm being told, and I'm being shown the number 888. So it has some relevance to you. So definitely look it up and see what that means. But coming into the week of the 18th of January, it's like you are ready for there's some messages coming in. Now, this is in the past position. So might have already happened for you. And it could be like an email, someone shows up at your house, in person, or someone shows up in person, or a phone call or a text message, but there's some kind of message coming in for you. And that's in the past position. So it's already happened, or it's getting ready to come in. If it hasn't happened for you already, it's like on the edge of coming in. But in the current energy, fire signs, you're busy working on your pentacles. You've got Eight of Pentacles here, and you're working, and you've been at it for a while. You've been working on this, whatever it is, you've been working on it for quite some time. And you're not quite finished yet. You see, he still has one pentacle on the floor. He's got one he's working on. And he's got one on the floor, and then he's got all these that he's finished up on the wall. So you've been working on it for a while, but you're not quite finished. So you're probably like about 80% there, but you're not quite finished. You're not quite at what your goal is, but you're making progress on it. And it could be that this information coming in, that this message has something to do with what you're working on. And I do feel for what you're working on, which you've been, the message could well be in alignment, is what I'm trying to say, has something to do with this that you've been working on. But what you've been working on is you're leaving something behind and you're walking away from it. And it's like you're no longer in alignment with this. Like, it's time to leave it behind. And you're walking away from it. Like it has outlived its usefulness, its purpose, whether that was to teach you a lesson or to, for you to learn a lesson or something, but it's like the time has come for it to end and you're walking away from it. So I feel like what you're doing is you're working on getting your ducks in a row to walk away from whatever a situation is that you're in, whatever it is. You're working on getting everything set up so you can walk away from this. And that could very well be, part of what this message is that's coming in. Is it has something to do with this situation that you're walking away. Now, I feel like another thing that could be for that situation for you, that message for you, fire sign, is there's definitely you're dealing with some like gossip innuendo type energy. So it could be people around you are talking about you and it gets back to you and maybe that's what the message is. And you hear some things like okay, I'm hearing like for some of you like you're dating somebody or you're in a relationship with somebody and they were doing stuff behind your back that you didn't know about. But you hear through the grapevine that they've been doing this and you kind of catch wind of it and so you start working on, you know, getting yourself in a situation to leave that situation behind. It could be maybe they, embezzled money from you or maybe they did something, but whatever it is, it's pretty big. It's not like a small little white lie. It's like, something really huge that is, and it's very disappointing to you, but there's definitely some gossip innuendo going on. And that could be how you find like the message that you're hearing could be from the gossip channels. And that's how you find out about what they've been doing, or it helps to enlighten you about what's going on. And that could have happened in the past already. And that's why you've been working on your pentacles to get out of this situation. But you're definitely leaving this situation behind. You're definitely walking away from it. But I do feel like there's the gossip. So just be careful because it's like some of what you're hearing might not all be true. So, but some of it might be like little parts of it might be true, but some of it, but not all of it. Because you know how gossip is. A lot of it's just rumors a lot of times and it's not 100% true. So just be careful about that. But I feel like you're dealing with that. And it could be, word gets out that you're leaving this situation behind and people are talking about it. That could be it too. But you're definitely dealing with something like that. And you're walking away from it. Like you're getting your ducks in a row. And this is you in the current energy for you. Get my fingers down here so you can see better, but you're definitely building yourself up to walk away from a situation. And you're dealing with some gossip innuendo, but like I said, kind of take what you're hearing with a grain of salt because it might not all be true, but that's where you are in the current energy. So in the near future, I have for you fire signs, there's definitely a sense of sadness. Definitely a sense of sadness because even though you're walking away from this and maybe it's like the relationship, is no longer in alignment with you, it's fulfilled its purpose and it's time to move on and you can tell that it's over energetically, but there's still a sense of like loss and sadness about it and kind of like regret, even though like you're making the right decision for yourself and you're making the right choice and walking away from this relationship, there's still a sense of sadness that you're dealing with about it and loss and kind of grief. Because especially if you've been in a relationship and I do feel like this is a love, situation for you fire signs. But if you've been in this relationship for years and years and years with this person and they've been a big part of your life, there's still, even though, you're happy to be out of it, you're making the right choice, but there's still a sense of like sadness and grief that you have to go through. And this is in the near future. So it hasn't happened yet. But I feel like, you're going to go through like a grieving period after you walk away from this. But I do feel the advice I have for you are two things, and they're both good cards. So you've got the High Priestess and you've got the Ten of Pentacles here. So I feel like this is what you want for yourself. This is what you want. And it's like you didn't have that in this old relationship that you're leaving behind. It was like a toxic relationship. It wasn't healthy. It was not, you weren't in a good place with the energy. Like this relationship really brought down your energy. And I feel like for a lot of you, what happened was you started to wake up energetically. So as your vibration went up in your frequency, you started to see things in a different way. It's like the blinders came off and you started to see that this relationship was not good for you and you weren't going to grow in this relationship. Like it was holding you back. The relationship was holding you down and holding you back. And part of it was the energy of the relationship was lower than where you were because you had outgrown it. You know, at one point you were in alignment with that, but you have outgrown it and went up in vibration, but the energy of the relationship was still really down here. So it was like you were no longer in alignment with you. And that's why you could feel like it was time to go, it was time to leave this behind, and it was holding you back energetically, and you could feel that. You could feel that intuitively. And so I feel like you were coming into your high priestess energy. So it's like your intuition was coming online and getting stronger and helping you to guide you through this and helping you to recognize it was time to move on from this situation. So it was basically like you just outgrew the relationship with your energy, is what happened. And the high priestess was like, it's like you were becoming the high priestess with your energy and you were raising up. So as you were raising up, you realized that this was not a good relationship for you to be in. It wasn't a good setup for you. Energetically, it was holding you back because this is what you really want for yourself, fire signs. You really want this 10 of cups, but you aren't going to get that with this old relationship. This old relationship, you were never going to achieve this 10 of cups. And you intuitively figured that out is what happened. And so it was time to walk away from it. And that's what you did. Now, you do need to allow yourself some grieving period. You need to give yourself some time to kind of get over the loss of it. But I do feel like there is, you are going to be going towards a 10 of cups. So it's like that relationship had to end and get out of the way so that something much better can come into your life. And this is what I'm hearing is this is like down the road. So it's like it's not going to happen right away because you need to grieve first. They're telling me you need to grieve. You need to allow yourself some time to recover from this relationship that you're getting out of. You need to work on yourself, maybe go to therapy, do some things, but you need to like be by yourself for a little bit and kind of work on yourself and help yourself to grieve this process. And while that's happening, they're telling me that your intuition is going to continue to grow and your vibration and frequency is going to continue to rise, especially now that you're out of that old situation. Because if you're like in a situation where the energy is really low, it's holding you down. It's like an anchor weighing on you. But once you got out of that environment, now it's like your energy and frequency can go up and nothing's holding you back anymore. It's like you can rise like you need to. And because you're no longer in that energy and they're out of your life while you're healing from this, it's like your vibration's going to continue to lift and rise and you're going to attract a 10 of cups because we attract people to us in the vibration that we're in. So if you're in a high vibration frequency, you're going to attract somebody to you that's in that same high vibration frequency. So it's like you wouldn't have been able to attract this better relationship into your life and manifest it if your vibration and frequency wasn't allowed to raise. So it had to raise. You had to get out of that relationship because it was in the way of something much better coming in for you. And I do see something much better coming in for you. Now, like I said, it might be down the road. It might be, okay, I'm hearing and they're showing me like leaves falling in winter. So like, autumn going into winter is what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing leaves falling and then I'm seeing like snow on the ground after that. So it's kind of like you might be towards the end of the year. You might need this year of 26, until like the fall to really heal and get yourself in a better place before this new, better, relationship can come in for you. I mean, it's coming, it's on its way. But it's like you have to allow yourself time to heal and take care of yourself. And then when the time is right and you've reached a certain, frequency vibration that's high enough that, you've done enough healing. Because, if you hold on to that negativity, it's going to wear you down too and keep you from, rising up like you need to. So you have to clear that all out. And once you do, then you're able for this to come in. So I'm seeing like I said, fall or like winter is maybe when this starts coming into your life. But don't rush through that healing process. I see way too many people do this where they get out of a relationship and they try to rush through this process, and then they get into another relationship way too fast and they're not ready, and then that new relationship blows up because they weren't ready. They hadn't done the healing that they needed to do, because if you don't do the healing that you need to do, you're going to bring in the baggage from that previous relationship into your new relationship, and it's going to, could really well implode the new relationship. So you have to get rid of that baggage, and how you get rid of it is by healing and working through it and working on yourself. That's how you handle that old baggage and get rid of it, because you don't want to bring it into this nice new relationship, because this is what you really want. This is what you're, gearing towards. This is what you really want for yourself, is this 10 of cups. So you don't want to mess that up. But it is going to be a much better relationship. Like I'm hearing it's going to be a higher vibrational relationship. So it's like it's not going to be the lower vibration kind of toxic situation energetically you were in before. It's going to be a much higher level relationship for you. It's going to be totally different than what you were dealing with before. So that's what I have for you, fire sign. So it looks like, 26 is going to be a big year for you of like transforming yourself and healing and getting ready for this, better opportunity coming in, this better relationship, this higher vibrational relationship coming in. So that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.